Hello, and welcome to a Friday edition of Robert versus the New York Times Crossword. Today we're going to do the Friday, August 9th, 2024 crosswords and go for that 1,624-day streak. I know the videos have been spotty. I've been traveling. Actually, I travel tomorrow also, but try to bring my camera, see if I can't make some videos while away. Anyway, here's your spoiler alert for the Friday mini. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. The mini is always free to play. Alright, let's do it. Hop. Opera. Take a penny. Grad and grape. Raven. Acorn. Okay, havoc. It was havoc. Raven on House of the Dragon. Is that Game of Thrones related, or is it not? And then a race, a 100-meter dash. House of the Dragon. I should know this, but I don't. Yeah, it's related. It's a prequel to Game of Thrones. Okay, I had no idea. Anyway, now for the main event, that's the Friday Daily Grid, which is by Hemant Mehta today. Here's your spoiler alert. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. Daily Grid does require a New York Times game subscription. And Friday is the easy themeless. Well, last week it wasn't so easy, as I recall. I did it on my phone. Hopefully it's fun this week. Let's see what Hemant Mehta has in store for us. Let's get into it. Listing on a resume, something to heave. Okay, wedding planning website with the knot. Short elevations, probably just heights. Wedding exchanges. Is it I do's or vows? It's I do's and skill. Fourth most common surname in China. I think it's probably Liu. Indie bands. Go out on top here. Heave a sigh. Don't get mad yet. Let me finish. Kicks out, boots out. Goes easy on. Double stuff Oreos. Replacement for the Spanish colonial real. Peso probably. One more minute. Okay. Early stage is beta. Apt anagram tins bear them minus an E. Wow. Difficult. Marvel's Maximoff. Don't know it. Bad news for a Mater D. Entry fee for some clubs. Ante probably. T for one. Okay. Blind worshippers. Alternative to a pinch. Okay. Seems like it's probably a teaspoon. Weight here. This is Wanda Model T. Top marks, A pluses, busy signals, e.g., and ocean sprays, mist and tones, maybe. Nasty as remark, could be snide. Out of the question, and journeys into the past question mark. Why would you ever think that? Music magazine since 1985, and sparkly collectible, a geode. This is spares. Let me explain. Subgroups. Email ancestors. Telex. Okay. Taps one's foot maybe. Could be keeps time. Stigmatize sexual preferences is kink shame. Fiasco. Could be a mess. Meiji and Taisho are eras. Unlawful coercion. Duress? Maybe not. Animals that appear in the fossil record before trees. Sharks? They might fall off a shelf. Or you can find ME, a US map. It's Maine. Almost done, maybe? Breath mints. You are on the Yucatan. Is it Eris? Less expected. It's rarer. Sources of some political gaps. Hot mics. Haute cuisine. So that add in an otter. Okay, it's been too long. And rodeo event. Okay, helpful how-to. Prospective Olympic Cities campaign. A bid. Part of a hat. This is a demo and a brim. I guess the H-bomb awakened Godzilla. Les Mis. Question that's often directed to step aside. Taskbar image is an icon. A statue of him was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. That's Zeus. Why don't sheep shrink when it rains? I see, because they're made of wool, or their hair is wool. May I? I missed you. Vitamin quantity is the recommended daily allowance. Barrel race here. A glass tumbler is a cocktail vessel. Middle word of a stow title. Uncle Tom's cabin. Journeys into the past, right. Dynamism is pep. They might fall off a shelf. This is an orc and footlongs. It's just idolaters. Irregular here. Bergs, like the ice shelf. Some groups are B teams. You sub in your B teams. Museum tours. Impossible. It was duress, indeed. All right. Pretty smooth solve today, in my opinion. Not a ton of super long stuff, but interlocking long stuff. Indie bands go out on top. Keeps time. Footlongs. Barrel race. I missed you. Let me explain. Glass tumbler. It's all pretty decent. Museum tours. Impossible. It's such a funny anagram. Mine is an E. Didn't spare them. Almost done. So this is an almost anagram, which feels clunky, but maybe that's kind of the point. Oh yeah, kink shame and idolaters. So a decent amount of long stuff, actually. It's just no, like, 14, 15, no 13s even. No super long stuff, but a lot of decently long stuff. Yeah, I played pretty Friday-ish, I thought. There's some fun stuff here. Let's take a look through this thing. Let's see what we got here. The black keys and the white stripes. Nice choice of bands there. You have a lot of choices, but you know, one is black and one is white. It's kind of nice. Didn't know spin, but that's all right. Hard clue on model. We have A pluses and B teams. Would have been funny to have a C something here, but I think kink shame is really the marquee in this one. I guess this is supposed to be read as where you can find me in some way, like as a fun clue. Unlit. This party is so not lit. Got a Black Wall Street reference. Had no idea that sharks appear in the false record for trees. That's crazy. We did have some Tom's could be clued, I guess, as the shoe brand, but with the apostrophe, it's the middle word of Uncle Tom's cabin. We had a lot of plurals in this one so far. I mean, spares boots, right? A pluses tones. I guess this is a bit not as egregious because the plural isn't just adding an S, but slightly awkward. B teams, footlongs, idolaters, right? I mean, like, this S isn't really adding much. Sharksburgs. So, a lot of terminal S's. I feel it's a little inelegant, but Udon shout to Minjin. Fun George Carlin quote. I do's heights. Let me explain. It's nice. Didn't know Wanda Maximoff. I suppose I should try to learn. Scarlet Witch. Played by who in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? She's a native of Sokovia. Sokovian, look at that flag. Wow, date of birth early 1989. She's a millennial. She's deceased, spoiler alert. Played by Elizabeth Olsen. I think now the most famous of the Olsen siblings. Surprised Eras was included with Eras Tour. Instead included with Japanese Imperial Eras. some Z's and some X's also in this thing. Italics and let me explain, there's an X. We've got the 2 K's in kink. We've got the Z in Zeus. Yeah, I think it's a nice Friday. I would say all the plural S's is the only bit of inelegance there, but it's a nice puzzle. Let's first take a look at the calendar. I've been gone for so long. Yeah, last week went really slow on the theme lists, but these actually, I was actually doing them on my iPad, now that I remember. And it's so hard to get used to the layout on the iPad when you're used to phone and computer. I did set my second best time ever or something on this one, which was, yeah, this golf one. And then yesterday was pretty fast. Yeah, stiffed out the hand pretty quickly. Would have been fun to do that one on video, but alas. This one is apparently my 18th fastest Friday of all time. I played it 23% faster than average. So for 100% of people have gone faster. More than 20% faster than their Friday average. So playing quite fast today. And I think I basically expected that. Anyway, let's move on to some more puzzles, starting with a Telegraph PlusWord. Here's your spoiler alert for the PlusWord. There's a link in the description below. PlusWord's free to play. It's a British mini crossword meets Wordle at the end. Let's see what we can't do with this one. If it'll ever load. Here we go. Halt to salt. Humiliate. Could be shame or something. I think that could be good. Old Windows version. Vista. Fragrant oil. Could be Esther. Oh, this is Avast, huh? So maybe this is a bash. Scrappy and disjointed, right? Okay, not moving. Still. Rubber wheel covers are tires, spelled the British way, I suppose. Stir. Stale. All's court? No. Arl's court. It's got to be Attar. Bitty? Oh, a base probably is better, right? Envoy? Envoy. A base does mean humiliate rather than a bash. Yeah, salt meaning a sailor there. Biddy, didn't know the biddy meant scrappy or disjointed in British English. That's didn't know Earl's Court either. We've got the British spelling of tires. We've got Attar, which is an easy either. If I didn't know Attar, this could have been rough, but got there in the end. Grateful for that. And let's end as we always do on the New York Times Connections puzzle, where we try to make 4 groups of 4. Let's see what we got here. Talk, pirate, pillar, parrot, ham, quote, cannonball, anchor, satellite, echo, cornerstone, jackknife, backflip, backbone, belly flop, repeat. Okay, so we've got the diving type ones. I think that's pretty safe. Repeat, quote, parrot, and echo. Backbone, cornerstone, anchor, and pillar. And then satellite radio, ham radio, talk radio, pirate radio. Those all seem pretty equally hard, but maybe this is the hardest one. Blank radio. The blank, as Mike Wheeler and Jason Packham tell me, it's always purple. I guess I'll go pillar, anchor, backbone, cornerstone for sort of firm foundation or something. Mainstay. I mean, I saw the dives first. It's gotta be the easiest one, right? It is. I got them in reverse difficulty order, but always try to enter them in reverse difficulty order, but always try to enter them. You know what I mean. I don't really know what I mean, but you know what I mean. Yeah, nice to be back. I am traveling tomorrow, but I'll try to make some videos if I can. I'm still doing the puzzles every day, you know? I guess I haven't done Flashback in a while. Should we do some Flashback? It's been a while. Not that you really are asking me to play Flashback, but France's scary powers. A captured U-2 pilot is freed in the first major prisoner swap of the Cold War. Noah Webster creates the first American dictionary. So, early 1800s. Yep. After his coup in Venezuela fails, Hugo Chavez surrenders but asked to speak on TV. His speech wins over voters who later simply elect him president. After 1962? 1992, okay. A French scientist, Françoise Barré-Sinoussi, helps identify HIV as the cause of AIDS. It leads to tests and drugs that help millions of people. So that's the 80s, mid-80s. Native Americans of the Hopewell culture flourish, creating large earthworks and a trade network that runs from the Rockies to the Atlantic. It's got to be a long time ago, circa 300. After a mental breakdown, Vincent van Gogh paints the view from his asylum window, calling it the Starry Night. He thinks it's a failure. Is he in the 1800s? I think he is in the mid-1800s, late 1800s even. Teachers in Dallas create Blue Cross, one of the first employer health plans. It covers just one hospital. Everything else is out of network. Here? 1929. Didn't realize that the first employer health plan was 1929. Charles Darwin publishes his theory of evolution, partly inspired by an orangutan who sulks and pouts. He realizes it's acting like a human. It's the late 1700s? No, I should have gone with the first instinct there. Hannibal of Carthage daringly crosses the Alps with an army of soldiers and elephants, stunning the Roman Republic and winning years of victories. So it's got to be here, right? Yeah, 200 BC. All right, could have gotten perfect on that, but didn't. Good enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you at some point over the next few days for some more puzzles. See you then.